Hello and welcome back to Divergent Reactions. Today on the channel we're reacting to the Magical Journey from Coke Studio Season 14 and the song Pasori. I haven't done one of these for a while and I'm really excited to kind of refresh my memory on the whole series, which I absolutely loved and enjoyed reacting to. So a lot of you have been asking for the different Magical Journeys. I'm going to try and work my way through them all. So I've done one already, To Zoom, because it was my favourite song, and I have that's a special place in my heart, that song. So this one's Pasori. So without further ado, we're going to go straight into the video. Please like and subscribe and press the notification bell if you haven't already. And let's go.
Season 14.
A sharp minor. C sharp. Okay.
I'm basically writing down the whole arrangement here for my reference, yeah.
इस इंस्ट्रूमेंट को क्या बोलते हैं?
मैंडोलिन।
और इसको?
बगलामा।
Baglava. I was wondering what it was called. I'm glad I didn't ask already. Please tell me.
For the first day, man, this is so
I know what mandolin was.
Protocol, here we go. Wow. क्या फीलिंग है हमारा गाना?
सबका फेवरेट है।
Genuinely अगर नहीं है तो बता दें।
It is. When I first started, I was like, I wanted to dance, I wanted to get up and dance. Yeah.
Everybody loves it. Good. I'm so excited.
It feels familiar and warm. एक शनासाई है हमारी कोक स्टूडियो के साथ, and it also feels different in a good way.
कैसे हैं जी? मिलने?
क्यों नहीं मिलने? अब तो मिलना जरूरी है. अब तो मिलना जरूरी है.
Finally.
I feel like we have known each other on WhatsApp voice message.
Just actually.
For like 6 months now.
Absolutely.
I'm guessing this is like their main studio, because I noticed the YouTube plaque on the wall that they've got, so it must be where the Coke Studio is based. The actual Coke Studio, I guess. And the guys run it. Let me know if it's not though. It could be another one of them that's got a YouTube account.
On Instagram since a friend of mine in America sent me something that she'd sung on her Instagram page. I feel like she's already her voice.
अच्छा, can you explain to her a little what that verse means?
अगला
ट्रक था एक पंजाब में, कहीं मैं फैसलाबाद से शायद we were driving back to लाहौर, तो मैंने एक ट्रक के पीछे लिखा अग लावां तेरियां मजबूरियां नू, और मुझे लगा कि ये वो जबरदस्त किस्म की बैड एस पंजाबी एक्सप्रेशन है जो किसी तरह गाने में आना चाहिए. तो फिर मैंने कहा आगे क्या इसके आएगा. I thought आन जान दी पसूड़ी नू, you know, the coming and going, the business of coming and going, the crisis of coming and going.
In our age today, we live in this unfortunately very polarized world where, you know, borders and boundaries of all sorts have become more rigid. पसूड़ी कहते हैं कश्मकश को, है ना?
मुश्किल कश्मकश.
हाँ, मुश्किल कश्मकश के बड़ी पसूड़ी पई है. Is what they say in law. It's about somebody who's oppressing you and who's preventing people who want to be together from meeting. And that's also a very common theme in this.
Yes.
Pabandiyan, Heer Ranjha, all of the folk music is about this.
So then I thought, you know, I'm also a kind of modern day, you know, quote unquote gypsy, because I live between the US and Pakistan. It would be interesting to make a case for the alternative, which is the right to free movement of ideas, of melodies through a song, because our music actually already embodies that alternative.
Let us also now make a song
This is really interesting.
from our culture that represents our culture, but that does dialogue with the world. That it is possible to be local and also be global. It's possible to be completely rooted and to also be completely open and free.
This is what we've been trying to do. That's the idea.
That's really interesting. I'm just going to pause it there because this concept, it makes a lot more sense to me now as well. I love everything they've put in there, especially the idea of bringing, making it a universally understandable to everybody. What I find fascinating, and please let me know in the comments, because I love this kind of dialogue, I love talking about this kind of thing and learning about this kind of thing, is in terms of, because I don't know much about, to be honest, I don't know much about any religion. I don't know much about Christianity. I don't know much about Islam in the context of what other people know. So please drop some comments, let me know whatever your religious preference is, whether you practice or not. How has social media affected the attitudes towards, let's say, Islam, because this is Coke Studio Pakistan. In that part of the world, is there from what he's been saying about the concept of freedom of movement and relative oppression, is there are there younger generations that maybe feel oppressed by the world around them in those parts of the world? Because obviously I'm used to what we've gone through politically with Brexit, for example, in the UK, and the government that we have, it doesn't favour the young, it favours the old. So how do the people my age or younger certainly feel oppressed where I live politically? And I imagine this is probably why Christianity and other religions in the West are changing, shall we say? I'd say changing rather than not disappearing or anything like that, but because of the idea of freedom of information and social media and that kind of thing. Please let me know in the comments, because this isn't my thing, but I love talking about this kind of thing. And I love learning from what everybody has to say, from whatever your personal opinion. Obviously, let's keep it civilized. I'm all about mature conversations. I don't believe in the whole trolling and antagonist and everything. We are, this is an enlightening channel. This is a channel to promote happiness and support and unity. So please let me know in the comments, because I find this really interesting.
How was it?
I'm so happy to meet this gifted
I'm so honored to meet
singer.
you. I mean, I've been trying to stay calm, but I don't think I...
You are calm. Very, very exciting. I've been a fan of hers. I've listened to her stuff on Instagram. And I can't wait for your CS debut.
Thank you. Yeah, bus.
There's a new set every time, a new challenge every time. As you can see, there's floors on this set. एक ground floor है, एक ऊपर वाली floor है. तो तारे ऊपर से नीचे से आगे से पीछे पता नहीं कहाँ से जा रही हैं, but they're going from everywhere.
Inayat, Rivayat, something like that also, because Urdu mein somehow those words sound nice.
The part ऐसे कि everybody will be singing along. नहीं, I'm wrong.
नहीं, I think आप ठीक कह रहे.
You're very last minute lyrics writing. Don't you think it's a little late? Tulli bhai, कल shoot है ना?
So what, man?
Like what stands true to its name, Pasori.
हाँ, पसूरी. चूड़ी पड़ती है ना?
Pasori.
पड़ी हुई है.
It's good. We're getting there. I love it.
Yeah.
I love that element of the songwriting process when something just comes to you and it's just like that's it. That's the thing you want. That's amazing.
एक ऐसी जगह जो एक 4-5 जिस तरह हमारे लाहौर में बहुत ज़्यादा कॉमन होता है कि बहुत सारे घर जो होते हैं कम्युनल स्पेस में खुलते हैं, सेंट्रल कोर्ट यार्ड पे खुलते हैं एंड शाम में लोग वहाँ के बैठते भी हैं, यूजुअली चाय पी जाती है, बातें की जाती हैं But our idea was that it's a communal space of maybe these artists and singers that come there to jam together.
That's cool.
Each room is designed in a separate way. There's a room जिसके अंदर literally flowers overflow कर रहे हैं. So the idea of the wardrobe and the styling came from the fact that we wanted people to own their culture.
The whole concept was that there's no certain look that we have seen before. Maybe the latest contemporary modern fashion going abroad with something so desi, trying to put down the borders actually.
For me, it's been a treat, especially today. We did a lot of magic, a few creative looks here and there, and that was really nice. It's a lot of fun, I must say.
I love what I'm wearing. I love how it looks. Thank you to Saima ji.
Ali, how would you define your costume?
Of the past and of the future.
That's another thing, actually, I'm really interested to hear as well. Please let me know about like the traditional dress, fashion, culture. I mean, it's not my thing. I certainly, I'm a very unfashionable person, as you can tell. I just wear a hoodie and jeans and that's it. So I have no concept of fashion. But please let me know, sort of, because I imagine a lot of traditional dresses comes from a close connection to Islam and religion as a whole. But then, of course, obviously you've got Western influence coming into the dress, and of course there will be elements of things like the climate, for example, obviously hotter climates and things like that. So yeah, let me know in the comments what influences fashion over in that part of the world, because I'm just really interested to hear how that's influenced. I mean, even it sounds daft, but even things like the material around, if there's, the material, not necessarily the materials you wear, but the architecture, the brick or stone or clay or whatever buildings are made of. I imagine there's an element of that comes into play as well with the silks and other materials. So, but yeah, it's a bit intricate, but I'm fascinated by that kind of thing. So yeah, just something I thought of.
Ali Sethi, I love him, man. Amazingly
ये कामी पॉल है और हम मैंने वो जोक नहीं क्रैक करा ये ना कामी पॉल
नहीं बिल्कुल भी नहीं
ना कामी पॉल ये है और ये कामी पॉल
He has a lot of charisma as well. In fact, they both do. She does as well. They both got a presence about them.
तो इसलिए बैठ के याद करी और ज़्यादा सुनी.
Shay, tell honestly, are you nervous?
Yeah, can you not see it on my face?
मेरे ढोल जुदाइयां दे तुम खबर किवें होवे.
He's like on another level. I'm just like looking up to him. I'm trying to pick up his energy, how he's in the mood when he's singing, and I want to be that carefree and have that much fun.
This is a new thing.
It's a new thing, yeah, that's how.
मैंने नहीं ये पूरा इस तरह पूरा बनाया नहीं देखा. जुदाइयां थी सरदारी ना हो. सरदारी. बिल्कुल. Just some words. सरदारी ना हो. इस तरह थोड़ा सा गा रहे हो.
सरदारी.
ये तुमने खुल के गाना है. सारा गाने में.
I was so nervous. I was extremely nervous. I couldn't sing in front of him. I couldn't even make eye contact with him. Now I can make eye contact with him at least.
It's amazing यार. मुझे नहीं पता था कि full act out होने लगा. She did a great job. मैं तो surprised in a great way. बता रहा हूँ, well done. देख रहा था, गा भी जबरदस्त थी और comfortable भी थी.
It's just nice when all the departments come in to sing and it works with the song.
So थोड़ा experimental था this video and the concept, but I think it's come together. So this is different from the rest as each, but excited about this one.
हाँ साहब, आपकी मुलाकात मैं करवाना चाहता हूँ।
Please.
Shima ji. Assalamualaikum. Sarkar Jabbar Khan. Please, sir. The director of Coke Studio.
Thank you.
मैंने इनको अपना perspective जब बताया, उन्होंने कहा हम we will move here.
आप होंगे.
Thank you.
Honor to
Very
have
nice
you here.
meeting you. Thank you.
Look at it, she looks stunning.
बना दे, सजा दे, बना दे, बना दे, सजा दे, बना दे.
Something like
Wonderful.
What I love about this, just that little clip there, it kind of highlighted. I've kind of been wanting to say this for a couple of minutes, but I'm trying to think of the wording for it. What I love about his presence and his charisma, and you can see it in the interaction between both of them here, is it's almost like, this is going to sound a little bit wishy-washy, as we say in the UK. It's going to sound a bit like not very scientific, but it's almost like he's trying to channel that energy and that emotion. It's almost like it feels like, it looks like he's throwing it invisibly into her, and he's chucking it in. I know this sounds like a really strange thing to say. Let's go back a few seconds. It's the only way I can explain it, how he's trying to get that emotion across and turn his vocal into her interpretation of the dance, and it's almost like he's trying to push the specific buttons into. I hope that's making some sense to somebody, because it's inexplicable, but you can almost see it happen if you visualize it, visualizing passing that charisma over to her, to the fluidity. It's a very wishy-washy, as we say in the UK. It's very kind of like, that was a very long-winded way of saying it, but it's like he's, can't even really explain it. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I love it. I love it.
I really hope and dream that this song is able to transcend boundaries, borders, and binaries. I really, really hope and pray that it can do that, because I will feel an enormous satisfaction.
They're gonna love it, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm hoping, at least.
Back up, yaar. Back me up, please. Please.
Love the whole experience, and thank you for contributing. I'm just happy the way this whole process continues to surprise me as well.
How was the experience?
Sublime. Sublime. I hope it's sublime for you.
I feel emotional right now. I'm attached to this set, I'm attached to these people.
It's unfortunate that we are associated with close-mindedness sometimes, especially in the West. And I think that our music and our art and our culture are occasions, are opportunities that allow us to showcase the alternative, which is that long before they thought of it, we were it. So we can marshal it and own it and work it now in order to show ourselves and the world.
The Tijun one, and now this one. I forgot how much I enjoyed the last one, the Coke Studio Magical Journey. So yeah, it's got some thought-provoking questions going on in that, didn't we? So please let me know in the comments. And like I say, one of the things I do love about this is that it's kind of that whole open-mindedness thing that he's talking about. Is what I'm trying to do with this channel. Long term, Divergent Reactions was always supposed to be about seeing the world differently and trying to. It's about opening my eyes personally to a world outside of what I know, but it's also about bringing my own thoughts, ideologies, critical thinking, divergent thinking into other people's lives in a way that doesn't offend. It isn't antagonistic. I don't believe in putting other people down. It's all about kind of doing it from a positivity angle and an educational perspective. So yeah, please let me know your thoughts on that as well, if that is something that interests you. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to watch another video and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much.